Dawn, you're next on, kid.
Hey, happy day after 4th. Happy
day after 4th. That's a great way to say that. Happy day after 4th. I love that. Yeah.
Yay, it's the 5th. So I've already gotten so much out of just your dialogue with Lewis. So,
cool.
Yeah. So problem solved next.
Well, let me hear. If that's the problem, can I hear? We don't have a ton on right now, and I have time, so I'd love to hear you to see if I pick up anything.
So, I in an effort to communicate reality without being negative, I'm at the lowest I've ever been.
Okay. Lowest you've ever been in what? In what context?
In production.
Okay, my production's low right now.
And in particular, my purchase production, and it's been brought to my attention that, oh, by the way, did you know you're the lowest in the company? And you should be worried about this. I said, well, I'm not. So what else?
Let me ask you then, the same thing with Lewis. Why do you believe that you're not hitting your goals right now?
I think.
What's holding you back?
It's the mindset. So the whole listening to you say, throwing the goal out there and then acting or feeling how it'll be when it gets there. Had a brief conversation with Shira about this. I don't know how that feels. So what you just said about, okay, so here's my goal. What can I do to be the person that has that, or whatever you just said? What kind of person do I need to be to have that out there? Was, that's the first thing. There's some pretty simple, I can't feel different if I don't behave in a different manner, if I don't do different things. I'm not going to get where I want to go by doing the same thing. So that was the first thing. And the second thing.
Let's stay right there, because that's a big one. And I give you credit right there. Well, let me hear. I mean, that was a big one. So good job there. So let me see what you think the next one is.
So the next one is when you were saying to Lewis, believe in yourself. I still have this huge, almost like a brick wall of resistance, which I didn't realize existed. So every time this comes up, I'm reminded you have this resistance you need to let go, that needs to be gone. That in and of itself is a big stumbling block. So that's what I need to work on, is letting that resistance go. Cause that's just, it's almost like choking. If you asked me to say that, I don't think I could.
Well, let's see. So, I'll tell the story on you really quick. Let me tell you a story to give you awareness on you.
Yeah. Sure. The world hasn't been about me lately. Let's go.
Well, we got time. Everybody that just joined us, we got time. There's not a ton on here, so we'll get to everybody. And this is valuable stuff for everybody. When you went at Elevate, that was clearly the deepest I've ever gone in coaching. Almost. There's been a couple more, but she has seen me do it. But live, that was the deepest I ever had to go. And so as a coach, I always judge how far I have to go to see how far somebody else has to go. If I have to go really deep, then that means that the client has to go really deep too. I know. I don't know if you remember, yours was right before break. It was right before lunch. I went outside after that, and I went by the lake, and it was like, I was in a place that I was like, wow, that's deep. I was in a deep place. And so what that means for you, and what's the exciting part about it is you can do that. You can do that. And you're already doing it, Dawn, there as well too, because you did it really well. You didn't get really too far into your story, except for you do tend to intellectualize a little bit. You know what that means? You laugh, so you know what that means.
No, I know exactly what you mean. Yeah.
Okay. So you know what intellectualizing means?
Yeah, absolutely.
For anybody that doesn't, in psychology, as a resistance to change, what people do is they'll go study every diet book in the United States and they'll know, like, if weight was somebody's issue, right? It would be, I can tell you the exact what to do on a South Beach diet. I can tell you what to do on Atkins. I can tell you what to do at Isogenics. I can tell you what, and they just studying, and that's like when people tend to resist. And and then they can regurgitate that back. I've had people in our program, and that's why, Lewis, I was talking to you about that. I've had people in our program that knows this program better than I know it. Like, that could tell me the nuances of every little thing about what we do here, but was not getting any loans. Right. And it was a better master at what I do than what I do. And so that's what intellectualizing is. So there is a massive resistance up there for you, Dawn. But the coolest thing about it is that you identified that. And there's so much peace on the other side of that. So let's do the same thing that we just did with Lewis right now for an exercise. Can you give me what's your, how many units are you going to do in the next 12 months?
Mm-hmm.
There
you go.
There it is.
Yeah. There it is.
You see that? Yeah. There it is. Right. Good. Right on cue for everybody. Yeah. This is where
there it is. Yep. Yeah. Yep.
So how many are you going to do?
In the next 12 months.
Mm-hmm.
$60.
Okay. Do you believe that you'll hit 60?
Not yet.
Okay. So stay right there. What would hold you back from hitting 60?
Past experience.
Do you believe you have the power to not let your future be defined by your past?
Yes.
Are you ready to let go of your past?
Oh, yes.
You are?
Oh, yeah. Sorry, that was a silent response. Yes.
No, that's okay. Yeah, I'm actually just trying to think. I'm just trying to feel right now. I want you to tell me right now, if you feel up for it, really quickly from a very low energy place, why your past is holding you back. What about your past is holding you back? And do it from a lower energy place.
It's not, I don't know that it's holding you back. It's just, I think I'm really good at what I do. I think I have a lot of really good qualities that make up a really successful person who does what I do. Mm-hmm. And it's just never been.
Mm. There it is right there.
Okay. So I don't understand that.
Because that's the story that you're telling yourself. That's why. You just said it right there. Did you hear yourself?
I did.
So you just told the story of what's holding you back. Hey, I'm a really good person. I do well at my job, but it's never been for me. It's never, I don't deserve it. It's never been for me, but I don't have that. And that's the story that keeps coming up in your mind. That's what's holding you back. So the story has to change, and we can do it together right now. Let's change the story too. See if can you help me? Because you're great at coaching others too. So think about what you would say to somebody else that would say this right here.
Well, ordinarily I would agree with you that I am good at saying something else to someone.
Don't say but right now. Don't say, I knew there's coming a but right there. Don't say it. You are good at it. You're qualifying everything with a but.
I got nothing on this one.
Okay, but you do. Okay, so you're going to help me rewrite the story for somebody else. So what's the story that you would tell your best friend, or if you were coaching or you're at a live event where we're doing coaching live, what story would you tell somebody that they need to rewrite for themselves right now?
Well, I like the phrase, what if that's not true? I do find myself saying that to people that are having a hard time, or saying, well, this, and I end up saying, first and foremost, when I don't know what to say, is, what if that's not true?
Mm-hmm. I can tell you that I know that a sliver of a doubt it's not true. It's not even what if. I know it's not true. I can also tell you psychology, because you know psychology, that the story that you tell yourself is the story that you live. So the story has to change that you tell yourself. We can't have but come up anymore. I'm a really talented at my job, and then there's always a but. Whenever I talk to you, then there's a but that doesn't work. But that doesn't apply to me. But that doesn't work for me. But that isn't me.
Okay, I didn't realize that, so that's helpful.
Yeah,
I'll make a note of that. I actually didn't realize that.
And Hillary is recording this too. Will you chop this one and give this to Dawn too? I want you to watch this back too, so that you see you doing it. You'll see you do it when you go. You add a but into everything. So you get 50% there, and then the inner thoughts and resistance that you have kicks in, and then you go, yeah, but I don't deserve it. But I'm not worth it. But I'm not. And then that's the place that we just have to completely cut off. That everything, that literally just the whole statement, let go of the but, because you're saying something and then all of a sudden you don't believe it, and then you go, but that doesn't apply to me. And it does. And so I want you to rewrite your story to you help me. What's your new story?
I get wordy, so give me a second to condense.
That's okay. It's totally cool. Totally cool.
I am so lucky that I have not only found a profession that I like every day, but that I also have the qualities that make me good at that profession and affords me the lifestyle of which I deserve to live, and the balance of time that is required to be healthy.
I'm so excited to close.
I'm so excited to close 75 loans by this time next year.
And not but. They're very different. And I'm going to have a blast doing it.
No, Deryck, I'm going to have a blast doing it. And there is a very big why that comes after that I can't share here.
That you can't what?
That I can't share here.
Okay.
In a public forum. But there's a big why that comes with that.
Okay. I would still put the, and I'm going to have fun doing it, above that why.
Okay. Well, absolutely.
Because whatever that is really heavy.
Yeah.
And that can be holding you back too. Okay.
Yeah.
So,
okay. I get it. Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Well, it is, but I when I stumbled on the why, yeah, there's a more complex situation there, but I get what you're saying, that I got it. It's the fun has to be above and beyond,
the fun has to be above
and beyond whatever the why is. I get that.
Because the gravity of whatever that situation is holding you back to there's there's a heaviness when you said it. You were going, and then it was like, and then you got really heavy again.
It's because when I thought of it, and this happened like this has happened in like the last week or so that I thought of it. I got really excited and jazzed and everything, and it's kind of like there's a ethical guilt to the excitement when I got the idea.
Okay.
So that's why I'm like, oh, okay.
But right there is where you want to be. You see how alive and free you are.
Yes.
Right now?
Yeah, I do.
I
do see the shift in feeling for sure.
Yeah. And the other part too is just really from here on out focusing on the way that you feel. When your mind goes to, hey, I want this to get this, and now I'm going to do guilt on top of that, that won't feel good.
Right.
And I want you to, this is what you can help. And this is for everybody here. I want everybody to hear this because I haven't met a human being that doesn't struggle with this right here. Okay. So Dawn, I appreciate you being open right now and sharing this, because this is something for everybody here too. And I'm going to say this, and I know that everybody's going to get this, is that the way that you feel is your guide to let you know if you're in alignment with however you define God or source, or whatever your faith tradition is for you.
Right.
That's how you do it. When you feel, if you're having guilty thoughts or any other thoughts, you're not going to feel good. And that's,
okay. Can I rephrase for a second based on what you just said? Okay. And then drilling down on that because of what you just said, maybe I should feel guilty, but I don't, and maybe that's where the dilemma came in. So this is an enlightening thing what you just said.
But that's
no, guilty. But I don't, but I really don't feel.
Okay, then that's great.
Yeah, I mean, I really don't feel.
Using the word should is always guilty. So even saying I feel guilty that I don't feel guilty is still guilty.
It's still guilty, right?
Does that make sense?
It does.
It still is a guilt feeling. So letting go of the shoulds and the needs and the haves and all that stuff into, I'm going to have a blast doing 75 loans.
Yeah.
And I can hardly wait to do it.
Yeah.
And stay right there. Right there. And it's just, right?
Yeah.
Right there. Okay. Dawn, the work that you have to do is you have to do this work though. And that's why I want you to watch this back, because you have to do this mental work, because your mind is like a muscle. It has been trained to go to the neck, to the butt. Your mind has been trained. I want to do 75 and I'm excited to do that, but, and then it goes to the bad place. And that's all that's holding you back, because you're wildly good at your job. You're wildly likable, and anybody would be very, very blessed to work with you. You're the only one holding yourself back, but that is something to keep working on. Does that make sense?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
I just want you to eradicate but from your language. Okay. Eradicate but from your language and be aware of the way that you feel. That's your guidance system. That's how you know. And if you're feeling in a bad place, your mind has gone into a negative, guilty, shame, not worthy place. And so if you're not feeling good, this is the upper level stuff, guys. This is the stuff that if you get this stuff, you will have an amazing life. You have the power then to change that thought and start feeling good again. You have the power to do that. It is not something that's happening to you. Your thoughts do become conditioned, and we get into these bad conditioned patterns, but you have the ability to go, man, I'm not feeling that good right now. I'm feeling kind of like, okay, cool. How do I switch that up into a great place again? That's the work to do. It's the same. Yeah. It's the same work that we work in your muscles and all that. It's the same exact thing. You just have to work that stuff. And that's why it's so exciting, because there's so many people in the world, and it's one of our missions, that think that you're just a product of those stinking thinking thoughts. And you're not. Nope. And you're not. And every one of you guys can change those thoughts that you're having. And the way to do it is, I don't feel that good right now. I don't feel that good right now. Not I want to go buy something. Not I want to go eat something. Not I want to go do something because feeling bad feels bad. How profound is that today, Shreya? Like, you can't get Deryck any more profound
Amazing.
right now.
Amazing.
Guys, let me tell you something really cool. And don't tell anybody I told you this. Feeling bad feels bad. And and when you feel bad,
write that down.
I know. When you feel bad, people, that's why we get into all these weird, crazy things. And there's a litany of different things. You know, right now the addiction is probably the phones when people aren't feeling bad, and then they can just spend time on that, and it actually makes them feel worse.
It makes it feel worse. Yeah.
But there's so much behaviors that we do, and when you take back and control that, I have the power to feel good by the quality of the thoughts that I have, and I keep working on the thoughts. It's the same thing where I gave Lewis talking about him staying in his power. Those are thoughts that he feels good at. I was watching his eyes, right? He was feeling good when he feels his thoughts. When he feels good, that's when he's in his power. That's when you do the system. You do it from that place, and you will have wild success. Does that make sense?
It does.
Was that helpful?
It is. I'd like a little more clarification on the because I caught something else when you said when you feel bad, it feels bad, but don't go eat and don't go shop and don't go,
I don't know what you do. I was speaking generally, so I don't know.
No, I know, but those are because sometimes I go, okay, yeah, I'm not feeling that great right now, and my tendency is like, I need to change my environment. I'm going to go do this, and then
that's one of them too.
And then so I thought that was taking my mind off and getting in a better place that feels good, but I think you were saying maybe no, don't do that.
Hey, I want to go outside and jog. I want to go outside and listen to music. I want to call my best friend and get into a great thing. That is great. Those are great diversions. This is not a good diversion. I need to change jobs. I need to change, unless it's something egregious, my spouse. I need to change my, I need to move. I used to do this in my own life. Like I always put, and it really is awesome too. I used to put like, my problem is Virginia. If I was in San Diego, that would solve all my problems. Right. And now luckily I'm married to a therapist. I would be like, Deryck, you're going to be where you are, no matter where you are. Right. And if you don't change your, and I'm like, God, man. Right. Like I get this every night. Like we walk around so this is where I get it from. And I'm like, it took me a long time no, it's definitely, if I was in San Diego, I'd be in a great, and so that was one of mine. I did a litany of different things until I became aware of it. So one of my goals with you guys is just becoming aware of it. Awareness is the first step. The second step becomes doing the work of the affirmations, of changing your thoughts, knowing the thoughts, knowing what it is for you specifically that will make you feel good. What is that? In changing your story and telling a new story is one of the best ways that we do this. We're going to do this live, guys, with each and every one of you, no matter what it is. We're going to change that story for you. So Lewis, you asked the question, how to rewrite my story? Guess what? That's what Inspire is going to be, rewriting your story, no matter where you are in your life. And we're going to teach you exactly how to rewrite your story. So if you're not coming to this one, just come to one of the live ones, and you'll see that's the key. Change the story, believe the story, and then go in and act as if the story's already happened. And I'm not kidding. It's that simple. It's not easy, but it's that simple. It's literally that simple. Change your story, believe your story, act as if the story's already happened. It's literally that simple. Not kidding. They're like that's it. We try to take everything and pare it down. Now, why I say it's not easy? It's not easy though, because easy. Now you have to manage your conditioned thought patterns that are going to come back in and sabotage you from doing that. So the work becomes, what are you doing on a daily basis to get yourself into that positive place? I'm so excited to be doing 75 loans a month so that, and do your, whatever the thing is that you want, and feel good about that. You keep saying that over and over and over and over again, start bringing that out. You're not going to be able to run from it. You're going to have loans beating down your door.
Mm-hmm.
I am not kidding.
I don't think you are.
It is that simple, yet not easy. But that's why we're here, for the not easy part. But it is that simple. Cool. You feel good?
I do. Thanks.
Hand slap. Thanks for going long right here. I know that might not have felt comfortable too. And I know that that there's other people in the group, but trust me, if they haven't gone through something like this, then they will at some point. So this is very valuable for them too. So I appreciate you being open with this.